Hello everybody, this is Funny Bunny of Doom, and we are going to be launching the orbiter that we created in my last tutorial. Okay, now there's a few pre-launch things you have to go over. First of all, we want to hit T to enable our SAS module, which is this electric stabilizer. This will consume electricity, so keep an eye on our electricity here. The next is hit R, and that will activate the RCS fuel tank here. So these thrusters will work. You can always cut it off manually by hitting this if you have to, or you can hit R or T to deactivate these things. The third thing we're going to do is increase the throttle. You can hit Z to make the throttle full, X to make it nothing, or Shift and Control to fine-tune. And so we're going to hit Z for full throttle. Check your stages, make sure everything is correct. Give it a visual once over. Everything is correct, so we're going to leave the stability assist on. That's going to try to make it always point towards where we have it pointed to. And we're going to launch. So we're going to hit space in T-minus 3, 2, 1, launch. Okay? So we are going to let it be at full thrust and let it continue to rise. We want to pay attention to our fuel. When two of our fuel tanks are empty, we're going to hit space to release them. And we also want to pay attention to our height and our speed. Speed is something I never had an issue with until recently. I recently made a ship go far too fast. It reached 2,000 meters per second before reaching orbit, and it caused it to go into a massive spin, even though I had a lot of stabilization. So pay attention to your speed. You want to be between 300 and 600 at the max. All right? When we reach 10,000 meters, we're going to start a gravity turn. So we'll want to move towards this 90-degree mark over here. See, like we're getting close to running out of these fuel tanks here. So as soon as those are empty, we're going to drop it. Pay close attention so we're not wasting fuel. Okay, and drop. Okay, now we have 3 rockets burning, and we're still increasing speed. That's good. We don't want to be increasing speed fast, but we want to be increasing speed a little bit. You see, as we get higher in the atmosphere, our speed is going to go up because it takes less force. Also, it will also be increasing when we start our gravity turn. And we start our gravity turn now. So we're going to hit the D button and manually strafe over here to the 90-degree mark. A lot of people fine-tune their movements. They go 290, and then they gradually move until they're going horizontal. I have not done that myself. I don't do these fine-tune turnings. I do 90 degrees like this for a while, and then when I use a maneuver in map mode when I get to a certain point. So see, we're almost at about 600 meters per second, so we're going to start throttling down so we use less fuel. We want our speed to be increasing, but not super fast. Okay, like that. Our speed is still increasing, but it's not increasing fast, and we're using very little fuel for this maneuver here. Alright, so now that we're on a steady increase, we've got plenty of fuel, and we are going to watch it because we will run out soon. We'll hit M. Alright, and we'll zoom in. This is our apoapsis. This is the highest point in our orbit, and you can see it's continuing to grow. We want this to get a little bit higher. When this reaches 50 to 100 meters, we're going to want to make a maneuver. We can hit the button down here to bring up our targeting thingy. And let's go back to our staging. You can hit M again to go back. We're going to increase the throttle because we are not increasing fast enough. So let's hit M. Okay. We want to keep this over 42 seconds, T-minus 42 seconds. We want it to be over 42 seconds until we reach our desired altitude. We want our altitude, I said 50. You can technically orbit at 50, but that's not going to be very good. So, see, we ran out of fuel on these rockets, so let's drop them. Readjust your throttle if you have to, but it looks like we're doing well. I'm going to adjust our angle. Hit M to go back here. Alright, we got 60 meters. I'm going to go with 80. 80 should be the lowest that a beginner orbits at. So we're going to go to 80 before we make a maneuver. 80,000 meters, I should say. See, we can see the moon up there. That is not our target for this. I will show you how to get to the moon in subsequent videos, but right now, that's just a pipe dream. So you can look at it. It's beautiful, but we're not going there yet. It was very difficult for me to get to the moon the first time. Okay, so we've reached 80,000 meters in our apoapsis, so we're going to hit X to cut the throttle. We don't want to throttle up anymore till we reach here. So we have 1 minute and 20 seconds to make this maneuver. We're going to hit left click on apoapsis and add maneuver. So you have, this increases, this is just guidelines, but these will increase the different parts of your thrust. This is normal and anti-normal. That's going to pivot your orbit, so that will make us go to the North Pole instead of horizontally like this. You have prograde, which will increase your thrust. Retrograde will decrease your thrust. And these two here, which are radial, which I haven't really used yet. We're going to do prograde. So let's zoom out so we get a better picture and increase our prograde until we see an apoapsis. So that's going to get our apoapsis to 255,000 meters. So that's good. We have 28 seconds until this node, so we're going to hit this button here to automatically go to maneuver. If you do not have that, so if you're in science or career mode, you will not have that till you research it. You'll manually move to this target here. Okay? So since we have this target set, we don't have to be looking at the map. We are going to wait until we hit our node, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hit Z. The tutorial will tell you to do it when you have reached half of your estimated burn time, so 30 seconds. I haven't seen a real difference, but to be safe, it's a good idea because it's easy to overshoot your target. So we're going to burn until this green gauge is gone and our meters per second has reached what we need it to. We have plenty of fuel, so it looks like we're going to make our stable orbit and have just a teeny bit of fuel left over for micro adjustments. We definitely, and we might even have enough fuel to get to the moon, to be honest, but we're not going to do that because this is not a moon lander. I have landed on the moon with ships that I did not design to land on the moon with the main stage of an enormous rocket, but we're not going to do that. It's too dangerous. We want to get Jebediah Kerman back in one piece. All right, so we got 3, 2, 1, and cut the engines. You see, if you have a check mark, it means you reached your velocity, and X means you aren't quite on mark. Well, regardless, you could tap that. It'll shut off your SAS module, so you'll just drift, and we made it. Okay. Now we're not going to take that's word for it. We're going to hit M and take a look at our orbit. It's not circular, but we are in orbit. So we have an apoapsis of 262,000 meters, which is our highest point, which we'll hit in 19 minutes. And we have, in 30 seconds, we'll hit our paraapsis, which is our lowest point, which is 77,000 meters. We're going to want to hit our apoapsis, add a maneuver, and increase our prograde. So we're going to want to lightly tug on this until the paraapsis and the apoapsis begin to flip. Okay? When they begin to flip like that, that means they are about even. They'll never be fully even. 261 and 265. So that's close enough to a circular orbit. The reason we do it on our apoapsis is because apoapsis burns will increase our paraapsis. Paraapsis burns will increase our apoapsis. So the best way to think about it is wherever you burn, the opposite end will get higher. Alright, so that's, I said in 18 minutes. We don't want to wait that. So we're going to hit this to increase our time. And pay very close attention to the bottom of the screen where it tells you, it's kind of cut off on the camera, but it tells you how long until the node. So we're going to wait. When we get to about 5 minutes, I'm going to go back to normal time, and I'm going to hit T to enable SAS again and hit maneuver. Like I said, you can manually go to your maneuver, but I'm using the SAS since I have it. There is a nice little trick that I learned recently. If you get it right on the reticule, or even not on the reticule, let's do 2 times zoom. It freezes you 2 times the time rate. It freezes you where you were when you did that. So you can use that to stabilize your ship. And again, see, when I hit time acceleration, it froze dead on. So we're going to leave it in time acceleration until we get a little bit closer. I will say about 30 seconds, and I will go to normal time. 2 minutes. 1 minute. 30 seconds. Okay. So in less than 30 seconds, we will be doing this burn. Let's go back to staging so we can watch this. Let's check our vitals. We have plenty of monopropellant. How's our power? We have plenty of power. We do have sunlight, so we are currently making electricity, and we'll burn in 3, 2, 1, and burn. 3, 2, 1, and hit X. So I overshot it a bit, but that's okay. That's not by much. We'll still be in a pretty circular orbit. Okay? So let's hit M to look at this. So we are in a fully circular orbit. That is beautiful. So I can accelerate time, and we'll just continue orbiting around Earth. So I'm going to do 2 revolutions, and then we'll bring it back. So accelerate time, 1, 2, and that's good. We're going to bring it back. Okay. So we have circled the globe a few times. See, here's another time acceleration. Okay, so now we're going to want to land. I'm going to time accelerate to get us around the Earth. Okay, we're going to land on the bright side of the Earth. Let's wait till we can see the sunrise. All right, still got a little ways to go. Good enough. Okay, so we can start to see the sun. Let's hit M. Let's give us about a minute for the maneuver. Okay, so we got about a minute till. Let's hit our retrograde, until the parallaxis disappears. Whoops, wrong one. Alright, so we're going to land right there. That's good. I've never actually landed in the center of this landmass, so that's a good place. Okay, hit T, go to your maneuver node, go back to staging, wait till it's time to burn, and then burn. So we are going to be burning retrograde, and you can see the RCS doing their job to keep us stable. It's good to not have those on when you're not making a maneuver. If you turn off your SAS, they'll automatically shut off. But we don't want these to be on when we're not making a maneuver because we'll just burn through gas. All right. So we have 10 seconds until burn. We're burning retrograde, so we're burning in the direction that we are ascending, so that will basically be putting on the brakes. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and kill. A little more. Alright. Nice. See, Jebediah down there is having a great old time. He's like, this is incredible. I can see the sun, I can see the earth, and I'm spinning around like a crazy man. Alright, let's go to M, and let's increase our time a little bit so we get a little closer to our landing point. See, the moon is passing by pretty quick. This would be a perfect time to go to the moon. Okay, so you can click here to get an estimate of when you will be landing. So we've got about 3 minutes and 8 seconds until we land. I'm going to give it a little time boost again until we get a little bit closer. Okay, that's good.